How come people don't understand that if you're late, and you can't turn it around and blame it on somebody else or complain when you get called out for being late? See, when you are on a cruise, there's an all aboard time. Let's say you're supposed to be on the ship by 4:30. If you show up at 4:50, you are late. You're very late, and you're what we call a pier runner. And there are going to be people on the cruise ship looking over the balconies at the railings, yelling, jeering, cheering, hollering at you for being late. But instead of learning a lesson, instead of saying, damn, I need to be on time, I need to be back on board the ship when they tell me to be, instead, you write in a comment. You write in a comment saying, we were taunted. These people were rude. We weren't late. And that's the part that really gets me. We weren't late, even though the cruise ship said, be back on board by this time. This is the time you have to be back on the ship. They announce it. They post it. They repeat it over and over again just to try to prevent this. Yet, there's always somebody that's late, and they're going to write in a comment saying that others were rude to them and they did nothing wrong. And when that happens, we have a survey. So first we have the comment. My girlfriend and me was back 10 minutes before the boat was going to leave. We were taunted by the other passengers and rudely spoken to by security. 10 minutes is not late. Late is missing the boat. The airlines would never treat you like. Now, first off, why is it that when people write in a comment blaming others for their actions, the comment is very, very hard to read? Some of these look like they were written by a 5-year-old, that they are so bad. But according to them, they were back 10 minutes before the boat was supposed to leave. And they were taunted by cruise passengers, and security was rude to them. How exactly was security rude? Did security say to you, hey, you were supposed to be back on the ship 20 minutes ago. You are 20 minutes late. Is that rude? Is it rude for security to let you know you have done something wrong? Is it rude of security to hold you accountable for your actions? But the airlines, they would never treat you like that. Really? Really? Because if your plane is scheduled to depart, let's say at 6 o'clock, they started boarding you at least, 45 minutes ahead of time. And a few minutes before that plane is going to pull away from the gate, they're going to close that door. You can't show up 5 minutes before that plane is fixing to pull away and still get on board. The door's going to be closed. It's going to be locked. They're going to tell you, oops, you're late. So yeah, you can be late for an airline. The airline will treat you the same way. And you can't go, well, being late is missing the ship. Because if you miss the ship, you are way, way beyond late. But what really surprises me about this survey is the fact that anybody out there agrees that you should be late and miss the all aboard time and think it's okay. So 1,153 people did vote and say that they agree that arriving at 4:50 for a 5 p.m. departure, it should not be considered late, even though the back on board time was 4:30 p.m. While 21,142 people voted and said, I would consider 4:50, 10 minutes before the ship was due to leave, as definitely being late back on board. Now, there is a typo in that little particular survey. It's supposed to say late, not laid. I didn't make it, but there it is, just in case anybody else noticed it. Yeah, somebody mistyped and it says laid instead of late. But my God, even 1,153 people saying, hey, I'm 20 minutes late. That's not late. I'm still 10 minutes before the ship is going to leave. That is okay. Those are the very same people that say the rules do not apply to me. I can do whatever I want. I know I was told that we have to be back on board by 4:30. The ship is leaving at 5. Well, I will come at 4:50. You will still let me on board. what are you gonna do to me about it? I'm not late. You can't say I'm late. The ship didn't leave without me. And yeah, those are the people that no matter what the rule is, what they're told, they will just do whatever they want to do. They will then blame it on somebody else. They will say, these people taunted me. Security was rude to me because they let me know I was not doing the right thing and I can do whatever I want. So if you're ever out on a cruise ship and you're like, man, why did somebody have to make this rule? Why is this simple thing not something I can do? We're adults. These 1,153 people, they are a slice, an example of why cruise lines have to make stupid rules, because there's just some people out there that need their hand held and told on a regular basis, you can't do that. And when they don't listen, there we go. But let me throw the question out there to you guys. If the all aboard time is 4:30 and you arrive anytime after 4:30, are you late? Is that considered late? Is it wrong of other cruise passengers to taunt and jeer and laugh and clap at when you basically have now become a pier runner? Should that be stopped because you couldn't follow the rules? And yes, there are some people that get back to the ship late for reasons beyond their control. I get that. That's not who we're talking about. Your excursion run late, something like that, something happened. I get all that. We're talking about the people who stroll up 20 minutes after the all aboard time and then get mad because they're told about it and then say, I'm not late, I'm just fine. Those are the people that we're talking about. And that's going to be our video for today. If you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day. And like always, we will see you out on the high seas.